All right, hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Miss Mo. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about meeting your parents. The thing that makes me think about this, that made me want to talk about this topic, was that that as I get older, I let me say it like this. It is a blessing to be able to take care of your parents when they are older. And I want to start off by saying that because when my siblings and I realized that we were going to have to be there for our father a little bit more than I think any of us anticipated, it was a shock in a way. Because I'm like, because you just have this realization, you have this mindset of, that's my parents, they took care of me, so obviously they good. As I get old, even though as I get older, they are getting older too, but I'm like, well, they took care of me, so they can take care of themselves. And I don't know if anybody has had that type of thought before, but I think that that's subconsciously what I was thinking. I never thought that my parents or that my parent would need me. And I reference my father a lot because my mother passed away. And so, and I'm going to talk about navigating loss in another video. But even now, being older and being more present for our father, I'm really getting a chance to meet him. I'm not meeting my dad, I'm meeting the man behind daddy, or the man behind dad. And so, and as I get to meet my father, the person that he is, I'm like, this man, this man is a fucking trip. I'm like, has he always been like this, or is he nicer because he's older? Or like, I don't know. I think it's just a real blessing to be able to meet your parent or parents. Just like meet them, see who they are. When I say meet, I'm talking about see who they are as a person, not as this idolized version of them as mom or dad, but them as just as Mary, or them as just Robert, or them as just Sinclair, them as just Clifford, just meeting them as a person before they took on the title that the longest reigning title that they would ever have, which is mom and dad. Before they took on that title, who were they? And so having the opportunity to meet my parent, meet my father, it has been a blessing to be able to be there for him, to learn about him. It has been a blessing because I think that, and I don't even say I think, growing up, my dad was, I'll just say this, my household was ran like a Nigerian household would be ran. I don't want to get into it too much, but you just, like, it's not that your father is not, it's not that your father is not there, but they're not there, emotionally they're not there, mentally they're halfway there. Unless you need to be disciplined, then they're fully there. You know what I'm talking about? So like physically they are there, but yeah, like doing stuff with my dad, it was very rare. And it was so rare, I feel like sometimes when he would come and like talk to us or we hang out with him, it was like, are you about to whoop us? That's how the relationship was. And so, but I will say that as I growing up, I guess because there were less kids around, because I'm the youngest, and my brother and my sister, they went off to college, and I was just the only one in the house. You know, I enjoyed hanging out with my father. I enjoyed hanging out with my parents. And no, I did not have any friends in high school. So, but they were just cool ass people too. They were funny. And I have to explain anything. We spoke the same language. Like when you grow up in a household where two languages are mixed together constantly, sometimes when you take that combination out into the world, they're like, girl, what the fuck did you just say? And I'm like, I said effect. And they're like, what is an effect? And I'm like, oh, y'all don't know what effect means? Because effect means vagina. But I'm like, so it just, or, you know, D. If I say like D, or some, they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, come, go. They're like, why aren't you just saying that? And I'm like, this is too difficult. Let me be in an environment that get it, you know? And being around my parents, they got it. So, but, no, I enjoyed hanging out with my parents and just getting to know them. And I now thinking about it, especially since my mother has passed and my father is older, I really cherish those moments of like when it was just us in the house. Because at first I dreaded it, like, oh, I'm going to be at home with my parents? No siblings around to play with or to argue with? I'm like, oh, this sucks. But then I started to see the perks of it. I was like, no, this is really awesome now. And so, but just meeting them and when I say meet again, just talking to them and just seeing who they are, seeing their humor, understanding why certain things will piss them off. Like, I know one thing that would piss my dad off is when he would hear something like commotion and he'll say, what was that? And we'll say nothing. And he'll be like, I know these fucking kids ain't. What the fuck you mean nothing when I heard something? Like, I'm like, why would I get him so upset? But me as an adult now, I'm like, oh, okay. Now I see why. It's the stupidity of it. Don't tell me it is nothing when I hear something. I'm not stupid now. Don't tell. I get it, Daddy. I get it. I get why you would get upset about that. But no, I truly feel like being able to hang out with your parents, and I say this from the understanding of like, I don't have parents. My mother wasn't a user. Like, she didn't use people. And my dad is not a user. He don't use people. So I'm saying this from the understanding of like, for the most part, non-selfish parents. I know everybody doesn't have that type of luxury. Like sometimes they can't hang out with their dad or they can't hang out with their mom because they are just going to use them for whatever they have. So I understand that. And I know that in a way I'm speaking from a place of privilege to have the type of parents that I have. But I think even for those, I mean, definitely don't do it at the sake of your own sanity. But I think even for people who have parents that are users like that, they just like to use people and are just very selfish. I think even meeting that person, you know, seeing them as that or seeing them like this is just how they are, I think that that's an important part of just growth and just understanding who you are and your family dynamic and why your family moved through life the way it did. Because you got to see how the leader of the household, your parents, you got to see how they approach life based off of just who they are as a person. And so I don't know. I definitely encourage people to meet their parents, see their parents. Don't just see, oh, that's my mom or that's my dad. See them like, no, that's Jessica. Or no, that's Jasmine. That's not my mom, that's Jasmine. This is just who she is. Because I think it's going to, in a way, rock your world to know that, just to know that, I don't know, just to learn about them. Like I said before, how much time I got? Okay. Like I said before, learning about my father, especially in the context of not being able to learn about my mother as I dive more into womanhood and adulthood, being able to learn about my father is truly a blessing. And as I think back about my mother, you know, I get to make not just assumptions, but like, because these are things that I've seen, but I just get to paint her in a different light. It's like she wasn't caring, like she wasn't just caring for me or my siblings because we were her kids. She was caring for us because she is or was a caring person. You know, it's not, I don't know, like when I think about the jokes she would make, it wasn't just like, oh, my mom's making jokes. It's like, no, my mother has a sense of humor. She's funny. Like, and it's not just like my mother. It's like, I don't want to say my mother's name, but it's like, she is funny. She is caring. She is funny. Like, she is all these things. And I'm getting to piece it together the more I think about those things, because I'm trying to meet my mother beyond the title of a mother. I'm trying to meet who she was as a person. And I've had this conversation with my dad too, because he came to stay with me in the DC area, I think twice since I've moved to this new apartment. And I was excited. I was like, wow, Daddy, like, I really want, and I said this to him, I really want to take advantage of the opportunity for us to meet each other in this adult version of ourselves. Because I'm like, yes, I'm your child, and you saw me, you know, you saw me come into this world and grow up and all this other stuff. But now I'm living with the man and got a job and got a retirement plan, and I be driving. You know, I'm an adult out here in this world. I be doing stuff like you be doing stuff. So let's just see each other, you know. But he was just like, okay. And if anybody who's watching this knows me, you know the disposition of my dad. He's just very chill dude. So, no, but I just got to ask him questions and just kind of like dig into his mind and who he is. And it's beautiful. I would not take those memories away. Like, I cherish those memories that I've had with my father just to get to know him. And I just, again, to just kind of like end this video, I just really encourage people, especially, I think when you are emotionally mature enough to do this type of work. Like, if you know you got a selfish parent or whatever, I wouldn't say don't force yourself to do it, because you might get very frustrated, but just see how it comes out organically, that type of understanding that this is just who that person is. And I just say approach it the way that you approach a friendship. You know, like you might have a friend that y'all cool and all, but you probably wouldn't let them stay in your house, you know, by themselves. So, and I think if you have a selfish parent, maybe you might take that type of approach of like, yeah, we're cool and all, but don't ask me for nothing because it's gonna be no. Don't ask to stay at my house because that's gonna be no. Like, it just is what it is, you know. But I think just having that understanding of who your parent is just really a blessing to you and your own growth. So, yeah, that's about it. How long is that? Oh, okay. Good timing. Okay, y'all. But that's about all for me. And I'll see you all next time. Bye. Want to begin a self-love journey but don't know where to start? Then purchase your copy of How to Stop Watering Weeds by visiting Amazon today. Just go to Amazon, visit the Kindle section, type in How to Stop Watering Weeds, and purchase your copy of the e-guide for $10 today.